Previously on Mega Man 3. Oh my god, Mega Man's in the next Smash Brothers and it's awesome! And now... Hello, Ron Mithril here once again, getting back to the Mega Man 3 Fortress Stage Perfect runs. It's time for Wily Stage 4, and... yeah, this one's gonna be problematic. It's Robot Master Rematch time. And there's also something a little tricky even just leading up to them, so let's get right to it. Meet the Junk Golem! Whoa. Yeah, these things are a little worrisome. They attack quickly and powerfully. Not only that, but if a rock is in the process of falling when you kill one, it will still get thrown at you even after it's dead, so... yeah, lead the shots and get 6 shots in quickly. Now, whatever you do, don't let go of this ladder. Wait until that rock shatters, then get in and defeat that one quickly. It's about the only way I've found to actually get past that one consistently. They're not too much trouble, but nerve-wracking definitely until you know how to handle them. But now it's time for things to get worse. It's rematch time. The cast of Mega Man 3 is back for another shot. Alright, so first up, Needleman. Let's get rid of the tricky ones first. The only constant thing I've noticed with Needleman is he'll wait a while to attack you, but if you attack first, he'll attack early, and if he does, it'll always be a series of 3 needles instead of his usual 4. The worst thing about Needleman really is his jumping. It's hard to predict exactly how he'll jump, either right in front of you, straight up, or right on top of you. Like now, for instance, jump forward. Please! Yee! Yeah, really, you want to keep your distance from Needleman, but he wants to make sure you can't. Gods, you're still a pain! Alright, with that done, next up, Shadow Man. I've at least seen some strategies for dealing with this guy. That basically, you want to try and keep at least half a screen between you and him. Eek. And after his third jump, you want to be sliding from him. It's a default run-away kind of maneuver that gives you more time to react to what he's going to do. It's not foolproof, and yeesh, really, I just prefer keeping my distance from him. That slide is so bloody fast. It does help to know that you can also slide under the shadow blades. Yeah, Shadow Man is a difficult fight, but one that still feels kind of fair, really. Alright, next up, Sparkman. This fight is fairly easy except for one particular maneuver. Oh, you would stop up there. When he gets to the top, you have to do a precise jump under him so you don't get trapped at the side. Yeah, the hitbox of the larger Spark Shock, it's so big that basically once he launches it, if you're caught on one of the sides, it's gonna hit you basically no matter what. Stop freezing up there on the top, please. Once you get used to it, the maneuver isn't so terribly bad, but, yeah, okay, I can layer enough shots in on you there. That really takes care of the worst of the rematches. But just, have to keep focused. Next up, Hardman. Kind of a semi-breather despite the name. Hardman is actually quite easy. Just stay right to the side to make sure that the hard knuckles get scrolled off screen and counterattack between waves. I'm not sure if this works for his other incarnations in Wily Wars or the Game Boy game, but it definitely works here, and this is what we're concerned with right now. There are other ways to do this to make the fight a little bit faster, but I prefer going with the sure thing, thank you very much. Basically, it's one of those patterns that you just don't want to panic during it. Make sure that you stay against the wall until both hard knuckles are all the way off screen. Coming back too early, they'll swing back around to try and hit you. And we don't want that. Right, Hardman down. Okay. Halfway there. Next up, Gemini Man. Another fairly simple fight, especially the first part. Just position yourself in the center of the room, shoot and jump at the same time. Just make sure you don't do this when both Gemini Man clones are walking on the floor. Otherwise, they will both shoot at you, and it makes it a lot harder to dodge his shots. You only want to deal with one at a time. During the second phase, every time you hit him, he'll jump, kind of like the original Flash Man. So, at this point, you can really keep him busy. Keep him busy enough, and he won't have a chance to fire the Gemini laser. And, you know, that's fine with me. Okay, next, Snake Man. Snake Man is a lot more intimidating looking than he really is. Unless he does that. Then you have to be a bit more precise in dodging him the first time. Still not too bad, and after that it's just the pattern of chasing him across the room, basically, and jumping over him. So from here it's easy. If he doesn't fire the Search Snakes from the top, the first time you just have to stand next to that topmost platform, and he'll jump over you. A lot easier, that. But either way is doable. Alright. Okay, 2 to go. Next up is Magnet Man. Magnet Man follows definite patterns, other than if he's going to use the magnet missiles or the magnet shield. I'm not sure if there's actually something that controls which of those he's going to use. But you basically have plenty of time to react, so it's not a difficult battle at all. Basically just make sure you don't get cornered by the magnet missiles if he uses those. There's basically plenty of maneuvering room. Okay, 1 to go. All that's left is Top Man. And honestly, that's simple enough. Just be ready to slide out of the way of the tops and jump over him as he slides across the screen. Just don't want to mess up now after all that. Failing on Top Man, that would be embarrassing. There we go. That's all 8 down. And with that, no more teleporters. All we have is a gate at the end of the room to go through. And welcome to the laggy room of power-ups. It's too many for the system to handle. And, yeah, that's it. Wily has his own place this time, and you know, I'm not gonna argue against that. After dealing with Needleman, Shadowman, and Sparkman especially. Yeah, I'm happy to be done with that. Of course, plenty of outtakes. Enjoy! This one isn't so much an actual outtake as a proof of concept, but just to show what I'm talking about with the junk golems. Yeah, if that next block starts falling before you actually kill off the junk golem, it'll still get thrown at you as if it was still there, so be very cautious of that. Okay, so first up, time to go after Needleman. Did I just fire backwards? Nice trick, Mega Man. Nice trick. The one constant I've noticed with Needleman is that he's bloody annoying. If there was some pattern to what you're doing, that would be wonderful. And then you just corner me and spike me. Very well, then. Needleman overall is still the toughest of this group for me to deal with. Thought I jumped soon enough for that, I guess not. I still don't have a really... You're supposed to jump right in front of me, aren't you? The trickiest of the set is definitely Needleman. I still don't have a... Really? That hit me? I'm gonna have to rewatch that one. Needleman, unfortunately, still does not have a viable revenge strategy that I've found. Still definitely the... Make up your mind how far you're gonna jump, please. Needleman, you definitely are a pain. And that was badly timed dodging, pretty much. I only have myself to blame on that one. Dealing with Needleman is still very tricky for me. It feels like there's gotta be some kind of a pattern here, but if there is one, I don't know it. And it doesn't help if I jump without meaning to. Good job. Needleman is still definitely the trickiest of this set for me. I haven't really found a reliable way of dealing with him. People have been trying to find something, but the things they've suggested just haven't really worked out for me yet. And cornered and spiked. Dealing with Needleman is still tricky for me to do, especially consistently. Especially when you do that. You pain in the tail! The main issue is definitely his jumps. Shouldn't have tried for it. It's not foolproof, but it definitely helps. Ah, slid too far. Next we have Shadow Man. That was stupid! So stupid! Ah! There are at least some techniques I've seen to dealing with Shadow Man to try and make him at least a little bit easier. Essentially, you kind of want to zone him so that you're sliding away from him after his third jump and... Don't do that! Ah! Why? Why did you do that? Why did you jump right into the blades? Basically, you kind of want to zone him so that you're always on the opposite side of the room from him and don't jump too soon. Why are the blades being a bigger problem for me than his sliding? Shadow Man is definitely not to be underestimated. That's a... Wasn't expecting that as your first attack. Silly me. Sparkman would be a fairly easy fight if not for a precision jump you have to do right near the start of the battle. And that was too soon. Okay. Given you're the third one I have to go after, I really need to get good at making that jump, so that I don't have to keep going through Needle and Shadow first. So that stage was definitely troublesome for a few key reasons that have all been seen before. I give Skull Castle Stage 4 a 10 out of 10, and it's all earned by some of the tougher bosses. As usual, bear in mind, this is going by perfect run rules. Sure, if you're going to use Robot Master weapons, the stage isn't that bad. On that note, one thing I was asked to point out, an oddity of Mega Man 3, is that all the Robot Masters are somewhat weak to their own weapons. We're not talking Metal Man levels of self-inflicted death, but they are all valid weaknesses to a degree. You're still better off using their real weaknesses, though, for the most part. Going in Buster Only No Damage, however, is a different thing entirely. The stage part, what there is of it, isn't so bad once you know how to deal with the jump golems. All the difficulty lies in the rematches, especially Needleman, though Shadow Man and Sparkman, they're certainly not to be underestimated. Past those three, it's not really that bad. Dodge maneuvers against them aren't anywhere near as bad as the precision needed for Sparkman, and even that's more lenient than, say, Woodman. Needleman and Shadowman, though, they will definitely test your abilities and make you hope that everything goes smoothly afterwards. So, largely based on all the sharp pinty bits, this stage gets a solid 10 out of 10. And with that, that's the end of this one. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed the vid, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well.